I am India Kager, a 27-year-old Navy veteran who was being followed by Virginia Beach police who were investigating my boyfriend. And suddenly, as I parked into a 7-Eleven parking lot, Virginia Beach SWAT team drove in back of my car, smashed the windows, and threw a flashbang while my 4-month-old son was in the back seat. It was a full-on ambush. And the officers shot their guns indiscriminately, shooting into the car, killing me and my child's father, leaving our child motherless and fatherless.
I am Oscar Grant. I was shot and killed at Fruitvale Bar Station on January 1st, 2009 by a police officer. My death could have been prevented if my people would have risen up a long time ago.
My name is Renisha McBride. I was shot and killed on November 2nd, 2013. I was simply knocking on the door because I needed help when my car crashed. I was only 19 years old. If I would have challenged the powers of white supremacy, I would still be alive.
My name is Sean Bell. I was a 23-year-old New York resident who had just left my bachelor's party to get married to my fiancée, Nicole Portrait, when I was stopped and harassed by New York police and undercover officers who shot 50 rounds, killing me and severely injuring my friends. And ultimately, 3 of the 5 police officers who were charged were found not guilty. This system isn't built on justice.
My name is Breonna Taylor, a Louisville, Kentucky EMT who was battling on the front lines against the spread of the coronavirus. And I was at home with my boyfriend when Louisville police burst through my front door on alleged claims that they had a search warrant for a drug dealer who they already had in their custody, who I had no connections with. And they came in, guns blazing, instead of protecting and serving.
My name is Freddie Gray, a 25-year-old Baltimore resident who was arrested for the possession of a knife. And while I was in police custody, I suffered from a spinal cord injury, and a week later, I died in the hospital due to my injuries. I was killed by the same people who had sworn to serve and protect.
My name is Victor White. I was 22 years of age, a Louisiana resident when I died under mysterious circumstances. Ibarra Parish Police gave a report that I shot myself in the back, but in the coroner's report, I was actually shot through the right side of the chest, and I'm left-handed. And also the coroner found multiple abrasions on my face. I know black people are smart enough to know there's some foul play.
I am Mike Brown. I was 18 years old when I was stalked down by a Ferguson, Missouri police officer, all because I was having a bad day, and he shot at me 12 times and hit me 6 times like I was an animal in the street. Did I really deserve to die the way I did? My killer was not indicted or charged with any crime and said that it was self-defense. How long will they get away with this injustice in these racist courts?
My name is Sandra Bland. I was killed by hanging under police custody in my cell in Waller County, Texas. I was only 28 years old. If my people stood up against racism and discrimination, no doubts about it, I would still be living among you.
My name is Trayvon Martin, and I was 17 years old, living in Sanford, Florida, when I was shot to death by someone who was supposed to be a Community Watch member. I went to the store to buy some Skittles and an Arizona iced tea while my dad was at work when I was approached by someone who didn't like that I was in his community with a hoodie sweater on, and he took my life just because I was a young black man in his community.
My name is Corinne Gaines. I was shot and killed by police in my own apartment on August 1st, 2016. The police came to my home illegally and killed me in front of my child. I was 23 years old. My son now doesn't have a mother because my people refused to rise up so I wouldn't have to die like this.
I am Tamir Rice. I was 12 years old when I was gunned down by a Cleveland, Ohio police officer because he suspected me. A preteen was armed and dangerous when I was playing with a toy gun. Therefore, the court decided not to indict those officers and said that their actions were justified in taking my life.
My name is Atiana Jefferson. I was a pre-medical graduate in Fort Worth, Texas, who lived in a house with my mother and nephew to care for them. A neighbor saw my front door open and called the police because of strange activity. And when the officer was doing surveillance on my house, he saw me through the window, and his first instinct was to draw his weapon and to shoot me. He has since been charged with murder, and hopefully, I and my family can get justice.
I am George Floyd. I was a 47-year-old born in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I built a reputation in the Houston hip-hop scene, and I moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota for truck driving and security work. And although I was an active member in my church and in my community, mentoring the youth, I was accused by the store clerk at Cup Foods of trying to use a counterfeit $20 bill to buy a pack of cigarettes. But did I deserve to get beat up in the back of a squad car or thrown on the pavement? Did I deserve to have a 200-pound grown man drive his knee in the back of my neck until I couldn't breathe no more?
I am Ahmaud Arbery. I was a 25-year-old man who lived in South Georgia. And I was jogging in a white neighborhood, and unbeknownst to me, I was being tracked by two white racist men who had suspected me of breaking into houses. I was approached by the men as if it was some kind of Ku Klux Klan lynching. Shot and murdered in the street as one of the killers stood over my body, calling me a fucking nigger. And if it wasn't for the public outcry of the black community, my killers would still be free because it took 72 hours just to get an arrest. This is America.
Why did I have to die?
Why did I have to die?
Why did I have to die?
Who else would be a victim of police brutality?
Who else will be a victim of white supremacy?
Is it you?
I was just driving while being black.
I was just walking home while being black.
I was just at home relaxing while being black.
I was just selling merchandise while being black.
I was just buying stuff from the store while being black.
I was just pumping gas while being black.
I was just knocking on someone's door to ask for help while being black.
I was just in the community jogging while being black.
I was just at Bible study praising the Lord while being black.
I was playing with my friends at the park while being black.
And people say that everything isn't always black and white.
But in the current condition of my world, it is.
I was viciously killed and discriminated against just because of the color of my skin.
America has had a long history of racism against black people.
And she has never changed and will not change.
Be the change you want to see.
The American dream is a black man's nightmare.
And the white man's heaven has been the black man's hell.
So wake up.
So wake up.
Wake up.
So 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 wake up.
Separation.
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 Separation
Is the only solution.